ng drama, lahat ng tawanan, lahat ng iyong all-time hits. Ang tanging huntahan ng Masang Lamaw. Number 1 sa Mega Manila, nationwide pa. Broadcasting from TGON, TVH Group of Networks. Dito lang sa inyong iisang himpilan. Cool FM. You are listening to Cool FM. Live from Cool Studios. This is koolNews at 4.
Good afternoon and welcome to koolNews at 4. My name is Cairo and here are the headlines. A total of 12,622 individuals in 163 barangays in the National Capital Region were evacuated due to the effects of severe tropical storm Christine, according to the Metro Manila Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council. In a report on Sunday, the council said the affected individuals are taking shelter in 41 evacuation centers, 38 of which are schools. An evacuation center is located in Tacloban, 13 in Pasay, 1 in Taguig, 4 in San Juan, 2 in Venezuela, and 20 in Marikina. The MMDRRMC also said the Mines and Geoscience Bureau confirmed that there are currently no barangays listed as being at risk for flooding or landslides, with the status valid until November 1st, 2024. Following this development, the council received a recommendation to downgrade NCR status from blue alert level to white alert level at 5 p.m. today. Christine exceeded the country's area of responsibility over the weekend, but it affected over 5 million people nationwide. The State Weather Bureau is monitoring Tropical Storm Leon. It is expected to remain far from the Philippine landmass. No wind signal was raised over any part of the country, but the weather agency said Leon may affect extreme northern Luzon. Signal number 1 may be hosted over Catayan Valley and the northern eastern portion of the Bicol region by Sunday night. Leon was last monitored 1,075 kilometers east of central Luzon. Police arrested an 18-year-old alleged drug trafficker in possession of 2.2 million pesos suspected shabu in a bypass operation on Saturday night in Lucena City of Quezon Province. The suspect, identified only as Roddy, is believed to be a member of the drug syndicate Rosella Drug Group and a high-value target in the government's drug war, according to the police. Anti-narcotics operators of the Lucena City Police nabbed RD after he sold 500 pesos worth of shabu to an undercover cop in Barangay Market View at 9:50 p.m., Police Lieutenant Colonel Dennis De Guzman, Lucena City Police Chief, reported on Sunday. Operators confiscated from him 10 plastic sachets containing suspected shabu weighing 110 grams with a standard dangerous drugs board, value of 748,000 pesos at 6,800 pesos per gram. The seized shabu is worth 2,244,000 pesos in the street market at the prevailing price of 20,400 pesos per gram, the report added. The Lucena police said they were still investigating the source of the suspected shabu peddled by the suspect. The detained suspect will face charges of violating the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002. Rescuers in the Philippines were diving into a lake and scouring isolated villages on Sunday to isolate thousands of missing people as the death toll of Tropical Storm Christine hit 100. Christine, which rammed into the Philippines October 24, was among the deadliest storms to hit the Southeast Asian country this year. According to the National Disaster Agency, it forced more than half a million people to flee their homes and at least 36 people remain missing. Police in Bicol region have recorded 38 deaths, most due to drowning. We are still receiving many calls and we are trying to save as many people as we can, Bicol Regional Police Director Andre Dizon told AFP. Hopefully there will be no more deaths. Dizon added that many residents in the region's Camarines Sur province are still trapped on roofs and the upper floors of their homes. The death toll in Batangas has risen to 55, Provincial Police Chief Jacinto Malinaw told AFP. The two were reported dead in separate incidents of electrocution and drowning in Cavite Province, police said. 5 more bodies were recovered in other provinces, bringing the total to 100, according to an AFP tally based on official police and disaster agency resources. A higher death toll is possible in the coming days since rescuers can now reach previously isolated places, Edgar Posadas of the Civil Defense Office told AFP. The police, coast guards, and a Marines diving team were searching on Sunday for a family of 7 at Toll Lake in Pandangas. The waters from the mountains hit their home in Balete town, causing them to be swept away with them possibly inside, Malinaw, the provincial police chief said. Most of the deaths in Pandangas have been attributed to rain-induced landslides. More than 20 bodies were pulled from heaps of mud, boulders, and fallen trees, while police said at least another 20 people in the province are still missing. We will continue searching until all bodies are retrieved, Malinaw said. The National Disaster Agency said Sunday that about 560,000 people have been displaced by floods, which submerged hundreds of villages in parts of the northern Philippines. About 20 big storms and typhoons hit the archipelago nation or its surrounding waters each year, damaging homes and infrastructure and killing thousands of people. A recent study showed that storms in the Asia-Pacific region are increasingly forming closer to coastlines, intensifying more rapidly and lasting longer over land due to climate change. The national government released 130 million pesos aid to the Bicol region, which was battered by severe tropical storm Christine, the Presidential Communications Office said on Sunday. In a statement, PCO said President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. released 50 million pesos to the provincial government of Albay, 30 million pesos to Naga City, and 50 million pesos to Camino Sur. During his visit to Naga, Marcos also assured the public that systems are in place for the flood-hit Bicolanos. Our food packs, hygiene kits, all of that have been put in place. Our supply is enough so far, he added. Morocco has announced that some parts of Southern Luzon and Pasig City will experience power interruptions from October 27 to 31. In several advisories posted on its website, Morocco said the repairs are due to line reconductoring work, facility installation and relocation, line reconstruction, and other maintenance and testing work. According to Morocco, the said areas will be affected by the service interruptions. For Rizal Province, for October 27, Rizal Province, Kanta between 8:30 a.m. and 2:30 p.m. For Cavite, between 6 a.m. and 6:30 a.m. That's October 28. For October 30, Pasig City between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. And Rizal Province, Tatay between 11:30 p.m. and 4:30 p.m. the next day, October 31. Police officers arrested a high-value individual and seized around 80 million pesos worth of high-grade marijuana in a drug operation in Balagtas, Bulacan on Saturday. Philippine National Police Drug Enforcement Group's Chief Brigadier General Elazar Mata said the unnamed suspect, a resident of Malao, Bulacan, was arrested at about 3:50 p.m. in North Ville 6, Barangay Santo, Balagtas, Bulacan. The suspect yielded 24 pieces of heat-sealed transparent plastic bags containing dried leaves suspected to be high-grade marijuana, weighing around 12 kilograms, and other pieces of evidence. Our team's successful operation has significantly disrupted drug distribution in the region, resulting in an arrest and substantial drug seizures, Mata said. This success not only affects the drug trade but also contributes to a safer and healthier community. We will continue to monitor and address this kind of illegal trade, he added. The operation was carried out by the joint elements of PDEG, the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, and the local police. The suspect is currently in custody of Balagtas Municipal Police Station. The drugs will be transferred to the Bulacan Provincial Forensic Unit for laboratory examination, while the other seized materials are being held by the PDEG for proper disposition. And a 2-year-old girl who fell off a ladder and landed on the flooded ground floor After house in Bowtown, Camille Sword died on Saturday, police said on Sunday. The Borough police reported that the child's mother frantically searched for her daughter when she noticed she was missing at around 3 p.m. and subsequently found her in the flood water. The child was rushed to the nearest hospital but was declared dead on arrival. The girl has yet to be counted among the flood localities in the Bicol region that continues to suffer the brunt of severe tropical storm Christine, as many areas remain submerged in flood since its onslaught on Tuesday, October 22. As of Saturday afternoon, the Bicol police reported that 34 people had died, 19 were injured, and 3 were still missing after the storm dumped heavy rains in the Bicol region. It is now 4:10 in the afternoon, and we will return with more news headlines right here on koolNews at 4. We will be right back.
Protection
Yakult!
with proper diet and exercise
Yakult!
helps gut health.
Yakult!
May 8 billion live LCS
Yakult!
that may reach the intestines alive.
Yakult!
Helps improve digestion.
Yakult!
Helps balance out bacteria.
Yakult!
And helps boost immunity.
Yakult! Kaya panalo ka tiyan! May bagong energy na! All new Best Ever Enervon, Enervon Z Plus. Powered with zinc, vitamin C, vitamins B1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 12, at vitamin E. All new Best Ever Enervon. Hey! Enervon Z Plus.
Unilab yan.
Multivitamins plus zinc is the generic name of Enervon Z Plus. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Pag in the mood for beach, time for Dunkin' Iced Spanish Latte.
Pag sweater weather, time for Dunkin' Brewed Coffee.
Pag nagkayaya ang magbike, time for Dunkin' Iced Americano.
Anytime is Dunkin' Coffee time. My hot and iced coffee for any moment, any vibe, anytime. Eh, ikaw? Time for Dunkin' Coffee, hot or iced.
Pay sa ganda!
And my for Max Saver Sulit Busog Meals.
Huwag nang gumastos ng sobra-sobra pa.
99 pesos na lang, sulit busog ka na.
Ang mabusugera.
Extra rice sa ireramba. Extra busog sa crispy chicken fillet meal at crispy chicken fillet a la king meal na may extra rice na. 99 pesos lang in all stores.
Max Saver Sulit Busog Meals, 99 pesos na lang. Ang mabusugera.
Uy, ano raw yun? Kaya raw nilang ayusin yung PhilHealth registration mo, pero may bayad? Nako, huwag kang maniwala dyan. Fixer yan. Hindi ka sigurado dyan. Huwag magpapaloko sa fixer. Huwag basta ipagkatiwala ang personal mong impormasyon. Makipag-transact sa pinakamalapit na PhilHealth office para sa registration, updating, at pagbabayad ng inyong contributions. Bumisita sa www.philhealth.gov.ph para hindi mabiktima ng scammer.
Big and small, meron dyan. Big and small, meron dyan. For big and small, pamilihan needs, Mr. DIY. Sulit yan. Meron yan. Ito ang sulit na pamilihan sa buong bayan. For big and small, pamilihan needs, Mr. DIY.
Hindi birong maging isang ina. Dapat hands-on ka sa maraming bagay, lalo na sa mga iniinom na gamot. Dapat ready ka. Kaya kapag may sakit sa pamilya ko, gaya ng sakit ng ulo, sakit sa katawan na may kasamang lagnat dulot ng sipon, allergic rhinitis o sinusitis, Simdex D ang ipinapainom ko. Gamot laban sa sintomas ng trangkaso. Simdex D is available in Mercury Drug Stores and other drug stores near you. Phenylpropanolol and hydrochloride malate paracetamol is the generic name of Simdex D. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Also available Simdex D Syrup for kids and Simdex D Forte for adults. Ako ay tutula mahabang mahaba tungkol sa chocolate drink na malinamnam na abay sobrang sustansya pa. Tikman ang Mark Choco 9-in-1+1 chocolate drink mix with stevia. Meron itong taurine, probiotics, omega-3 DHA at chlorella. Kasama din ng herbal extract na gotu cola, acai berry, cocoa at spirulina. May natural na pampatamis ito ay ang stevia. Kaya naman talagang masustansya. Ang herbal extracts ay mahusay na nakatutulong upang palakasin ang immune system ng ating katawan. Mark Choco 9-in-1+1 chocolate drink mix with stevia. Available at leading grocery, drugstore, and sari-sari store. Mark Choco 9-in-1+1 chocolate drink mix with stevia. Chocolinamnam, healthy sa katawan.
Public service announcement. The National Telecommunications Commission, or NTC, informs the public that it has received reports regarding individuals pretending to be personnel or employees of the NTC. According to several reports received by the NTC Consumer Welfare and Protection Division, scammers' calls have victims and threatened them, claiming that their phone number is involved in a scam. The victim is then coerced into giving money to supposedly avoid criminal charges and have their mobile numbers removed from the added list of scammers. The NTC strongly reminds the public to be extra cautious against this type of a modus operandi. Such calls are a form of scams and are not legitimate. If you have information about this type of scam, you may report it to the NTC for immediate action through the following official channels.
Complaint link at www.ntc.gov.ph. For email, send it at contratechscam@ntc.gov.ph or at consumer@ntc.gov.ph. For calls, you may call 1682, 24/7's consumer hotline, or the numbers 89204464 or 89267722 and 89213251. And for Region 4A, you may call on 043-723-2495 from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday to Friday. The NTC appreciates members of the public who have reported this form of deception.
This time check is brought to you. Oh no, ganyan kapag feeling hulas. Atasha Mulak here. Stop feeling hulas with new Palmolive Naturals Cool and Fresh. My cooling feeling at long-lasting bango up to 24 hours with regular use.
Fuji Denso believes that appliances are long-term investments, so it is very important to choose wisely. And what could be a wiser choice than using reliable, durable, and energy-saving appliances from Fuji Denso? Just like families and companies trusting Fuji Denso, you will see the difference when you upgrade your usual appliances to Fuji Denso HD inverter appliances. Fuji Denso, quality above all. Upgrade your home, upgrade your business with Fuji Denso. Quality above all.
Ohio! Don't you love it when good mornings start like this? Then like this. And then, wait for it.
A morning cup of soup?
Yes, soup. Try new Ajinomoto Soup and Go and make it your new morning habit.
Comes in creamy corn, creamy potato, or creamy pumpkin.
Great with bread too.
Saktong tapang sarap na ang Nescafe Classic dahil pinagsama ang tapang ng dark roast beans at sarap ng light roast beans sa bawat higop. Sarap nga, tikman ang Nescafe Classic.
Welcome back to koolNews at 4. Let's get into the international headlines. China deployed fighter jets and drones as part of our joint combat readiness patrol around Taiwan on Sunday. Taipei said hours after Beijing slammed the latest round of U.S. arms sales to the island. The U.S. State Department on Friday approved a $2 billion arms sales package for Taiwan, including advanced surface to air missile systems and radio. The deal awaits approval by Congress. Taiwan's defense ministry said it detected 19 Chinese aircraft on Sunday, including fighter jets and drones near the island over a nearly 4-hour period as part of Beijing's joint combat readiness patrol with warships. It was the third such patrol reported by Taiwan's defense ministry this month. Taiwan's military closely monitored the situation with joint intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance systems, deploying aircraft, naval vessels, and shore-based missile systems as an appropriate response, the ministry said. It came after Beijing's foreign ministry said the latest arms package seriously violates China's sovereignty and security interests, seriously damages China-US relations, and endangers peace and stability in the street. China strongly condemns and firmly opposes it and has lodged solemn representations with the US, a ministry spokesperson said in a statement late Saturday. It added that Beijing would take all necessary measures to firmly defend national sovereignty, security, and territorial integrity. Taipei's defense ministry expressed its sincere gratitude for the sale on Saturday, saying it would help the military continue to improve its defense resilience and jointly maintain peace and stability across the Taiwan Strait. China claims Taiwan as part of its own territory and has refused to rule out using force to bring the island under its control. Beijing maintains a new daily presence of fighter jets, drones, and warships around the democratic island and held large-scale war games in its vicinity this month. Earlier this month, Taiwan detected a record 153 Chinese aircraft in one day. The U.S. is Taipei's key partner and provider of weapons despite having no official diplomatic ties with the democratic island. In September, Beijing sanctioned U.S. defense companies in retaliation for Washington's approval of the sale of military equipment to Taiwan. A Vatican assembly on the future of the Catholic Church on Saturday said that more should be done to help women overcome obstacles to taking leadership roles within the Church. Since October 2, the Assembly of the Synod, comprising 338 religious and lay people, including women from about 100 countries, has held closed-door debates about rejuvenating the Roman Catholic Church. It is a personal project of Pope Francis, 87, who will have the final say on any doctrinal changes. But in a rare move, the Pontiff on Saturday said he would directly adopt the consultative body's proposals. In his final statement, the Synod said there is no reason or impediment that should prevent women from carrying out leadership roles in the Church without specifying what the roles might be. However, women continue to encounter obstacles in obtaining a fuller representation in all the various areas of the Church's life. Of the final statement's 155 paragraphs that on women met with the most objections, with 97 votes against 258 in favor. There have been calls for women to be allowed to be outtrained as cons. A question the statement should continue to be debated, though it does not address similar calls for women to be permitted to become priests. Unlike other Christian denominations, the Catholic Church only allows men to become diacons, who can officiate baptisms, weddings, and funerals, but not mass. The question of women's access to diaconal ministry remains open. The document reads, adding that this government needs to continue. The document also proposes a reorganization of the training of priests and a greater involvement of the laity, including in the selection of bishops, but it makes no suggestions for the acceptance of LGBTQ worshippers. Since becoming head of the world's almost 1.4 billion Catholics in 2013, Pope Francis has sought to reform the church governance, but has encountered major internal resistance. When the Assembly met for the first time in October 2023, the Assembly addressed themes as varied as attitudes towards LGBTQ people, polygamy, the organization of married men, and the fight against the sexual abuse of children by clergy. That followed a 3-year worldwide consultation among Catholics to help guide the institution through the 21st century. The assembly process was launched by Pope Paul VI in 1965. Last year's meeting was the first time women were allowed to vote. India has warned social media platforms of consequential action after hundreds of Hawks bomb threats to Indian airlines this month triggered travel chaos and terror instead threatened national security. Some threats led to planes being diverted to Canada and Germany, and fighter jets scrambled to restore aircraft in the skies above Britain and Singapore. The government called the spread of the threats dangerously unrestrained. It warned social media platforms of some consequential action as provided under any law if they do not comply with the prompt removal of misinformation. The instances of malicious acts in the form of hoax bomb threats to such airlines lead to a potential threat to the public order and security of the state, it said in a statement on Saturday. Such hoax bomb threats, while affecting a large number of citizens, also destabilizes the economic security of the country. At least 275 bomb threats were made since mid-October, all reported to have been false according to the Press Trust of India news agency. Other Indian media suggest it could be as high as nearly 400. The examination from liability for any third-party information shall not apply if such intermediaries do not follow the due diligence obligations, it added. Civil aviation authorities have had to check every flight that has been threatened, mainly by messages posted on X from the Twitter. The government warning did not mention any social media company by name, but cited an advisory notice from the Information Technology Ministry. The scale of the spread of such hoax bomb threats has been observed to be dangerously unrestrained due to the availability of the option of forwarding, resharing, reposting, retweeting on their social media platforms, the Information Ministry said. It said companies must report any offenses likely to threaten the unity, integrity, sovereignty, security, or economic security of the country, and cooperate swiftly with government agencies to aid investigations. The government on Monday said it is discussing legislative action to overhaul aviation and aircraft security laws and to make sure who make such threats guilty of a serious or conceivable crime with longer potential sentences. India, the world's biggest democracy, regularly ranks above the top 5 countries globally for the number of requests made by a government to remove social media content. Last year, an Indian court hit X with a $61,000 fine after the platform successfully challenged orders to remove tweets and accounts critical of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government. Rows of robotic arms move with precision to assemble nickel-based battery cells on the production line at Indonesia's inaugural electric vehicle battery plant, the first in Southeast Asia. After being chosen by a joint venture of South Korea's Hyundai and LG for the $1.1 billion factory, Indonesia is now looking to boost investment to give it an edge in the race to become a regional EV hub. When he opened the West Java plant in July, then President Joko Widodo said such investments would make Southeast Asia's biggest economic and important global player in the EV supply chain. But while the country boasts the world's largest nickel reserves, analysts pointed out that it still faces a battle owing to its poor processing and refining capacity, environmental worries, and the rise in other types of batteries. It also has some way to go to rival Thailand, which Kerungsri Bank said it had market share of 78.7% of Southeast Asia's EV sales as of early 2023, with Indonesia following with 8%. AFP was given rare access to the factory floor to get a glimpse of the plant's complex battery cell production, most of which will be shipped to Hyundai subsidiaries in South Korea and India. Hyundai said the new factory was a commitment to helping the archipelago become a supercharged Southeast Asian EV maker. It shows we are ready to support the government's desire to become a hub for Southeast Asia. Franciscus Sojo Barantonoto, Chief Operating Officer of Hyundai's Indonesia subsidiary, said. And finally, let's get into the showbiz news. Sophia F. Young-Smith was declared as the big winner of Pinoy Big Brother Gen 11 after gathering 30.66% of votes from her supporters. Smith was named the winner of the Pinoy Big Brother's Gen 11 season of its big night on Saturday night, October 26, after she and fellow housemates stayed at the PBB house for 14 weeks. The influencer's prize include a trip package for 2 in South Korea, a Fremont Las Affiliates ambassador contract worth 400,000 pesos, a brand new house and lot, and 1 million pesos. Ray Kamar, Colette Matelo, and Kai Montinola bragged the second, third, and fourth big placer spots, respectively. After she was announced as the season's big winner, Smith was emotional as she thanked her supporters, loved ones, and her closest friends in the Pinoy Big Brother house. I can't believe this. Oh my god. I just want to thank each and everyone for supporting me since day one. I want to thank the Lord. I did it. I also want to thank JM Ibarra for being one of my support systems. Jared Garcia, Don Pat, she said. The show and ABC's social media platforms also congratulated Smith on her win. And that is it for Cool News at 4. As always, if you have any news suggestions or feedback you would like to share, you can get in touch with us at tvh.philippines.news@gmail.com. And join us again for more news headlines with Cool News at 6 later. Till later, I am Pyro. Good luck with you.